Hello everyone, in today's video I'll show you how to crochet these mittens. These are one size fit most adults. As you can see, it is pretty much my size. I can put them on as well, and it is made using double knit yarn. I will include gauge and measurements of finished mittens, but I hope you will enjoy this tutorial. If you do, don't forget to hit subscribe, like this video, and let's get into it. And to make these mittens, you will need two colors, double knit yarn. I've got this brown and cream one, which I will double strand it with this mohair, which is not necessary at all. I'm just adding this to add a bit of texture. But yeah, you will need two double knit yarns, and this is 100% acrylic. One is from Women's Institute and the other is Bonus Hayfield, but I will leave a link in the description down below. If you are using different yarn, then it might turn out too big or too small, so I would recommend using double knit. Then you will need scissors, 4.5mm hook, 5mm hook, and needle. Now to start using 4.5mm hook, you want to make a slip knot. Put your hook in, tighten it up, and chain 11. Once you've got 11 chained, skip the very first one and go into second chain to do single crochet. So just go in, yarn over and come back, yarn over and pull through 2. That's one single crochet done. Now into the next chain, go in, yarn over and come back, yarn over and pull through 2. This is what you will repeat in all chains, and you should have 10 single crochets. At the end, chain 1, turn your work, and from now on, all of your rows will be done in the back loop only, which will create ribbing for your mitten. So once you chained 1 and turned, you will see that you have those V's, like so. So you only want to go into this back one only. That's your chain, that's your first single crochet, and go in, pull up a loop, and complete your single crochet. Always working into the back loop only. And again, for second round, you will have 10 single crochets. At the end of your row, chain 1, turn, and you will repeat row 2 until you have 24 rows in total. So always going into the back loop, and just to show you one more time, going through the back loop and doing my single crochet 10 times in total. At the end of each row, chain 1, turn, and repeat that row 2, and I'll see you when I have my 24 rows. And I now did my 24 rows. If you count these bumps, you should have 12 of them from the wrong side. Once you've got that, you want to fold it together, right sides in. So when you have your tail on here, just fold it together. And we will be doing slip stitches in all of these 10 single crochets. So I'm just gonna go into the first foundation chain here and through the back loop of my first stitch. Pull up a loop and pull this loop through the second on your hook. Repeat this 10 times, going through foundation chain and back loop of your last row. And my last one here. Then chain 1, and then you want to flip it inside out so that you have it on the right side, like so. Ignore this tail for now, and this is how it will look. Now I'm just gonna pull up a very loose loop so I don't lose my work, but I'm not gonna finish off because this is striped pattern and I will be picking up this later. But now you want to switch your hook to the 5mm one and join your new color into the space next to where you have your chain by wrapping your yarn around, pulling it through, and doing a chain to secure it in place like this. Now we will go around and make 24 single crochets. So I'm going to go into that same space where I attached my yarn, and I'm going to do single crochet. You want to keep them looser, and I'll show you why a bit later on. And I'm just going to go around and do 24 single crochets, meaning I'm doing one for each row that I did for the ribbing. And I now did 24 single crochets around. Then you want to go into the first single crochet you made, pull up a loop, and do a slip stitch to join it into a round. Chain 1 to begin next round. And now I'll show you why you had to do those single crochets a bit looser. So we are not going into these 2 loops like we normally would go to do another row of single crochets, and instead we will be doing a central single crochet going in middle of these 2 bars. So you will put your hook like so and do a single crochet in the middle. This is also referred as a waistcoat single crochet or a central one, but yeah, this is how you will do your upcoming rows, and you will always be going in the middle of those 2 bars. And it can be quite difficult if your tension is quite tight, so make sure you keep them looser so that you can easily go and make your single crochet. So now for second row, you will be doing another 24 single crochets, going through the 2 bars. So I'm going to finish my row, and I will meet you at the end. Once you finish 24 single crochets, go into the first one and do a slip stitch. Try to do them as tight as you can, then chain 1 and pull up a long loop. So we will change color now, and we will pick this up after the next 2 rounds. And you want to join your yarn into the single crochet, but not through the 2 loops, through this center part. So go through the 2 bars, find your other color loop. So here's mine. I'm just gonna tighten it up now. And I will pull a loop through. Then you want to do a chain and go in and make 5 single crochets into this center part. So I'm going into this one and doing my first one, my second one, third, fourth, and fifth. Now into the next one we will do an increase, so 2 single crochets inside, going through the 2 bars. That's 1 and 2. And this is what you will repeat another 3 times. So 5 single crochets and increase. And just to show you one more time, so 5 single crochets through the 2 bars, and that's 5 done, and increase in the next one. Repeat this another 2 times, and I will meet you at the end. And if you got correct amount of stitches, you will have increase in your last stitch. Ignore this previous color and do a slip stitch into the first single crochet through the 2 loops like you would normally do, then chain 1, and for the next round you will be doing just a single crochet into the 2 bars all around, and you will have 28 single crochets. So I'm gonna go and do mine. and I will meet you at the end of this round. And just in case, when you reach your increase, you will go through the 2 bars of both of these like so, and then just continue as normal. When you come to an end, find your first single crochet, do a slip stitch and chain 1, pull up a loop, and now we will pick up our previous color. Now to do the next 2 rows, you want to go into the single crochet next to where you have your old color, go through the 2 bars, pick up the loop you left, tighten it up and pull it through, chain 1, and now for the next 2 rows you will be doing 28 single crochets into the center as always. So if I am referring to single crochet from now on, it's always into the center piece. But yeah, once you chain, go back into the same stitch and do your single crochet and go all around, making 1 for each. So you will have again 28 single crochets. And when you come all around, go into the first single crochet and do a slip stitch, chain 1, and repeat this row 1 more time. So doing 28 single crochets in all of these. I'm gonna do mine and I will meet you then. And again, join into the first single crochet by doing slip stitch, chain 1, and pull up a loop. We will pick up the next color now, but this is how it will look so far. Pull through the new color, through the 2 bars as always, chain 1, and for this row we will be doing 6 single crochets, increase and repeat 4 times. So go into the very first stitch, do your single crochet, again into the next one, and repeat until you have 6. And in your next one, do 2 single crochets in 1 stitch, both through the 2 bars like so, and repeat this another 3 times. So your row will again increase up to 32 stitches because we are increasing 4 times. And again, after 6 single crochets, do increase in your next one. So 2 single crochets in the next, and repeat this another 2 times. So I'm gonna do that and I will meet you at the end of this row. At the end of your row, do a slip stitch into the first one, chain 1, and for the next row you will be doing 32 single crochets. So do that and I will meet you then. At the end, as always, slip stitch with the first single crochet, chain 1, pull up a loop, and now you will change color again. So you will do 4 rows of just single crochets and you will have 32 all around. So do 2 rows in white and 2 rows in brown or any other color you are using, but yeah, 4 rows of just simple single crochets through the center part. I'm gonna do those 4 rows and I will meet you then. And this is what you will look when you add 4 extra rows. So I'm gonna pull up a loop of this brown now and I'm gonna pick up this beige. So I'm gonna go into my first single crochet as always and pull it through, chain 1, and now for this round you want to single crochet into the central part 24 only, and you will have 8 stitches left. So let's do that and I'll show you what to do next to shape the thumb hole. So I'm gonna do 24 single crochets. Once you've got 8 stitches left, you want to skip them all, so you can kind of fold it together and do a slip stitch in your first, chain 1, and this is what it will look. We will come back to this later on, but for now you want to make your next row just of 24 single crochets, doing it in a middle. At the end of your row, again, go into the first single crochet, do a slip stitch, chain 1, and pull up a loop. And you will only be working now into this round of 24 single crochets until we come to do the thumb. Now, once you finish these 2 rows, you want to bring back your other color, and you will be doing these rows another 14 times of doing just 24 single crochets. So 14 rows, 7 set of stripes, changing color every 2 rows. And you will have 28 rows in total, counting from this very first one in this color after ribbing. So I'm gonna do my rows of just basically doing 24 single crochets another 14 times, or until I have another 7 set of stripes. I'll do that and I will meet you at the end. And once you've got 28 rows in total, again you want to change your color, so go into the stitch and pick up your loop, pull through the new color, chain 1, and now you will need to do 4 single crochets, decrease and repeat 4 times. So let me show you. Do 4 single crochets, so that's 4. And now to do decrease, you want to go into the next stitch through the middle as always, pick up a loop, go into the next one, also through the middle, and pick up another loop. You will have 3 loops, yarn over and pull through all 3. Repeat this another 3 times. So again, 4 single crochets, so that's 4, and decrease in the next 2. So pick up a loop in the next one, then again in next one, and pull through all 3 loops. Repeat this another 2 times and I will meet you at the end. At the end, slip stitch into the first single crochet, chain 1, and now for the next row you will be doing 3 single crochets and decrease, then repeat 4 times in total. So make your first 3 single crochets, then do decrease. So pull up a loop, and it might be difficult to go into that decrease to pull up a loop, but just try your best to go through the middle and pull through all. Again, 3 single crochets, so 1, 2, and 3, and decrease in the next 2. So pull up a loop in the next, pull up a loop in the next one as well, which is decrease, so it might be a bit hard, and pull through all 3, and repeat this another 2 times. At the end, slip stitch it with the first single crochet, chain 1, and you can now finish this color off because we won't need it anymore. So I'm just leaving a bit of a tail and pull it through. Now you want to go into the first stitch and pick your other color, chain 1, and for this round you will be doing 2 single crochets, decrease and repeat 4 times. And decrease in the next, and repeat this another 3 times. So single crochet, decrease. I'm gonna do that and I will meet you at the end of this row. And slip stitch in the first single crochet at the end, which you already know by now, and we only have 1 round left to do. So once you chained 1, you want to do 1 single crochet and decrease and repeat 4 times. So go in, do 1 single crochet, then go in and do your decrease, which can be quite hard because it's getting pretty tight. But once you've got first repeat done, go in and make 1 single crochet again, then decrease, and repeat this another 2 times. Then slip stitch it into the first single crochet, chain 1 and finish off with a bit of a tail. And we will be using this to kind of close the opening. Now with your needle, go through all of these 8 stitches like so, kind of weaving it in until you come all around. Pull it tight, and just like so it should close up, looking like this. Then go to the wrong side and try to pick up your needle, and having your work wrong side up, so turned inside out, go in and secure this opening by just making stitches one way and then back the other. Then hide this tail in by going under your stitches like so, and repeat this a few times. Cut off your tail, and now all you have to do is to do your thumb. So grab your hook and your next color, which is white for me, and find your first stitch here. Go through the center as always and attach your yarn. Go ahead and make 8 single crochets in all of these stitches that we previously left off. And once you've got 8 stitches, turn it upside down and make another 2 into this part. So it's not the stitches, so you will need to find a spot to do those 2 extra ones, and this will bring your total stitch count for this row to 10. So I've now got 10 stitches, and I'm going to slip stitch into the first one, chain 1, and repeat this row another 8 times until you have 9. So I'm gonna do mine and I will meet you at the end, but basically you are just doing 10 single crochets into the middle all around, changing color every 2 rows. So I'm gonna do mine and I will meet you then. Once you've got your 9 rounds, for the 10th round you will need to do 5 decreases. So from 10 stitches you will go down to 5, and it might be difficult to go into the center so you can do normal decreases. I'm still gonna go and do the center ones. So I'll pull up a loop in the next 2 stitches, then yarn over and pull through all 3, and I will repeat this 5 times. So 1 is done, 4 left to go, and again I'm pulling up a loop in the next one, then another loop in the one after, and pulling through all 3. So 3 more to go. I'm gonna do that and I will show you what to do next. At the end, do a slip stitch into the first single crochet, chain 1, and finish off with a longer tail. Grab your needle and that tail and do the same thing you did for the main part, just weaving your tail through all of these stitches. Then again, you want to go to the wrong side and try to pick up your needle. Then turn this inside out, which might be a bit hard. And once you are on your wrong side, do the same thing by sewing this opening so it doesn't come undone. Then go in and hide the tail. So I'm just going under my stitches all around. And then I'm going back the same way to make sure that it's secure. Cut it off, hide any of the other tails that you have left. I did that already. Then repeat the same for your second mitten, and this is what it will look. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, don't forget to hit subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you in my next one.